Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're going to dive into the mindset of power users and developers. You know, the people who don't just use technology, they really truly master it. So let's start with a problem that I'm pretty sure we have all felt. You subscribe to dozens, maybe even hundreds of YouTube channels, and before you know it, your feed is just this endless, completely disorganized mess of content. And yeah, it's a classic case of digital overload, right? You've got all this amazing stuff you want to watch, but there's just no good way to sort through the noise. So what's the first step most of us take to try and fix this? Well, when you've got a problem like this, the first instinct for almost everyone is to go look for a tool that can fix it. And that's where something like a browser extension, in this case, PocketTube, comes into the picture. It promises to solve all that chaos. It lets you group your subscriptions into these neat little collections, and at first glance, it really does seem like the perfect solution. But this is where our story gets really interesting, because the tool, as great as it is, eventually hits a wall. And this right here perfectly illustrates that core difference between just a casual user and a real power user. See, the promise is this dream of complete control, but the reality is that the tool is just a guest living inside YouTube's house. It has to play by YouTube's rules. And for anyone with tons of videos, that means you run into frustrating performance issues and some serious limitations. Don't just take my word for it. The developer himself said it right on Reddit. The tool is bound by a YouTube restriction. At this moment, this is the fork in the road. A standard user gets frustrated here, but a power user sees a puzzle. And that brings us to the first big idea behind the power user mindset. When the system you're using doesn't give you what you need, you figure out how to build your own system right on top of it. Now, to really get what this means, let's look at a slightly more technical example. But stick with me because it is a perfect illustration. So a developer on Reddit was using this back-end service, Pocketbase. The problem? They needed their machines, their automated scripts, to be able to log in. But the whole system was only designed for humans who have email addresses. But instead of just giving up, another user jumped in with this absolutely brilliant workaround. They didn't just find some hidden setting, they literally bent the existing tools to create something totally new, what they called a pseudo API key system. So, what on earth is this pseudo system? Well, it's basically a super clever hack. It takes the normal login system that was made for people and completely reconfigures it so that it works for machines instead. And here is the truly brilliant part. Look at how they repurposed features that were already there. They creatively took the email verification function, something completely unrelated, and turned it into an on-off switch.